The salami
lid. Salami lid ain't gonna fit like that.
If I'm talking really low, it's because I'm outside, clearly. I'm not in my bedroom. The door's open over there. There are people walking by every so often. And, I'm still making my dress. So for September 5th, I basically just started cutting out the patterns for the bra. I'm nervous to see him too, but that's because I'm verbally assaulted. And my friend Shayma wasn't there this day.
Tiny body, tiny immune system.
So because Shayma wasn't there, we basically just started taking out the glue from her doll's head because she's working on a doll.
Estoy sacando la pega.
Why do you have to
So for September 7th, basically, I started cutting out the pattern. The corset, it's not going to be an actual corset. It's not going to tighten anything. It's basically just going to kind of sit there and look pretty. It's basically going to be corset belt because I don't feel like learning the intricacies of, well, not that I don't feel like learning. I don't have time to learn the intricacies of, like, how a corset works and, like, how cinching works.
You know, when I said I was going to report the entire process, I didn't think it was surprising. It goes flying.
So September 11th, I basically just messed around a lot that day. I didn't really get a lot of work done, so enjoy me making a fool of myself for like the next 3 minutes, probably minute.
Can I watch My Little Pony?
Yes. This is so funny because they're recording me just to see me contemplating everything. In the video.
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
Don't hit me.
Get your doll hair out of here. How big are people's thighs? It depends on the weight. Just a little bit of white.
Before that class had started, I spent a period the day prior. I basically spent the period patterning out, or just like measuring out how the body would fit onto a piece of paper that roughly fit her.
I just realized I messed up.
How'd you mess up?
I didn't add enough leeway on this side to add in the trumpet part of the dress. So I have one of two options. Either I can add more paper to this side or just not do it.
I don't think you have room to add another piece of paper.
Well, I'm gonna cut out one half.
You sat on the knife?
In kindergarten, yeah.
September 11th, I started actually making the shape of the dress out, basically. I started patterning it out. Patterning basically just means like you put the shape of what the dress is gonna be so that you can cut it out. The camera angle changes and like the quality of the camera changes. That's because my phone died this day. Or my phone didn't die, I ran out of storage. And so I had to switch over to my laptop camera. Everybody left now. That was so embarrassing. I don't even have a friend to even play off that I'm like talking to them. So for September 13th, I finally started cutting out the muslin, M-U-S-L-I-N. I actually don't know how to spell muslin. I started marking out the pattern of the dress onto the muslin, and then I started cutting it out. Cutting fabric out takes a while. So September 15th, I was still cutting out fabric. I forgot to mention, I made paper bras at some point. I made a paper bra.
Even the frogs!
Because there was a little buffer between the last video that I filmed and when I started, or like the last time I filmed to now. There's someone on their lawnmower, okay. There was a little bit of a buffer. There was a little bit of a buffer between the last time I filmed and when I started filming this video. So obviously I worked a little bit in between. I probably should have explained this first. I'm sewing together the bra pieces and that was basically it. Here's something that I wasn't made aware of beforehand, before starting. A certain percent of the dress has to be recycled. I had it in mind because last year that was what the prompt was. I was reminded of this like halfway through. making the dress. Here I'm sewing the boning for the corset to hold it up. Boning basically just means that you put like a piece of wire or plastic inside of the garment so that it has a little bit more structure. Basically what I'm making here. So here basically I just started pinning the two pieces of the dress pattern together. I keep looking over my shoulder to make sure no one's here. This is embarrassing because on this day I finally started sewing it together after so long. This dress it feels like an eternity because I started it back in late August and it's already October and I don't have a lot of time left. Anyways, so I started sewing the two pieces together. I didn't break the needle this time, but the thread kept breaking. I never learned how to sew, like I've said before. That's probably why it's taking longer. I don't remember what happened. So basically, I ran out of bobbin while sewing. So I spent the entire class trying to remember how to make a bobbin. And so in the process, I started unscrewing a little peg that holds the bobbin into place while you're making it so that it goes up and down and not just on one side. So I unscrewed it. You weren't supposed to do that. You're not supposed to unscrew it. So the little nut that holds the piece in place fell into the sewing machine. I broke the sewing machine. It's still functional, just that when you make a bobbin, you have to kind of hold the piece in place. I feel really bad. It's
Hey, I'm
What
winning
should
though.
I use? I kind of want to do a
winning.
again, just
You're
so you
winning.
practicing type thing, I see it to learn. But I get so sick of it.
It'll be a good challenge for you. The colors. It's about the movement and the color. It's not about form, right? It's not about form. It's about movement. And
here I started sewing the zipper onto the muslin. It took me a while. I actually sewed the zipper on wrong. You're supposed to put zippers on in the back, in the inside of the dress, and then cut a hole so that you can like reach it through the outside. Kind of like that. Actually, I never learned how to do anything because apparently that wasn't an important part of my upbringing. I mean, not a lot of people learn how to sew. It's not that serious. I love you, Mom. You guys want to hear about my life? Sorry if you do. If you don't, I don't really care. Sorry. I went to a party this weekend. I went on Saturday. Ava, the person who's modeling the dress, tried to get me to dance, and I got so awkward and self-conscious, and then I sat down. But they put on the cha-cha slide, and I tried doing it. I got back up, couldn't do it either. I finished sewing both pieces together, and then I put on the zipper, and then my teacher tried it on. Looks amazing. Go, Clark. I'm freezing. Okay, that's the end for part 2. I'll insert the dates somewhere of what it covers. Recap the video. Last video, I started patterning out. This video, I finished patterning out the dress. I cut out the patterns, put them together, traced that onto the fabric, and then I cut out the fabric, sewed them together, put a zipper on it, and a muslin. It was done. I have since, here's a little spoiler for the next video. I have since gotten the model, hi Miss Ava, she has since tried on the dress. It was a little too big, so I've taken it in, but that'll be coming in the next video. I think I'm gonna do final touches, get her to try it on again, and then I'm gonna start on the final dress. We're almost done. I have to have this dress done by November 19th, so hopefully I'll be done by then. If not, I might have to work on it at home. I didn't want to do that, but that might be what it comes to. Thanks for watching part 2. Thanks. This has been so awkward. Okay, I need to go.